Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Ted Lasso Season 2, Episode 2, Lavender. Thank you so much, Kevin, for sponsoring this show. It always is just such a good time, so I'm very excited to jump back in. Let's go. Love Island, here we go.
One of you will go home tonight.
Oh, Jamie, goodbye.
Continue his stops here. I'm sorry.
Poor Jamie, but he can be quite obnoxious.
Find the fittest girl there, have sex with her in the toilet, ask her to marry her. Not strategy.
Well, speaking of strategy, you decided to leave your club, Man City, right at the start of their season.
Yeah.
So why?
George Harrison died 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I only just found out.
Oh, God.
No, he won't be coming back to Man City. We wish him luck.
Oh, is he going to end up having to go to Ted? Richmond. My brain cannot remember what they were called.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Jamie. Good to see you as always. When we come back...
There is still that part of my brain that when I watch any kind of comedy thing that is like, this isn't how it would go. I mean, I don't watch This Morning, so maybe this is how their interviews go.
You think I'm gonna what, mate? Yeah, nice one.
Someone would follow you. You might not be that famous, but they'd still find a way to follow you. I mean, this boy makes terrible decisions because leaving Man City to go on Love Island.
Will, a word.
Nate,
Yeah, come in.
did you enjoy being treated like that?
No, don't make changes that could throw off a player's headspace. Go, get out.
I mean, how did you hate when you were treated like that? Why are you now treating him like that just because you've got an ounce of power?
Because that little Cogaruda girl is a fucking beast in defence. That was going to cook you cordon bleu for
You
dinner.
should become a coach of a real club.
Hey, Keely? Uh-oh, is that big bad Roy Kent there?
Come on in.
What's he doing back here? Don't we need a direct deposit?
I thought Higgins hired after the rest of the season, didn't he?
Yes. Though you should probably get her own office so Higgins can have his back.
You know, you gotta be able to make your own decisions. Still, you should have texted me first.
That's 100% true.
No, it's 1,000% false. I mean, you're a busy man. Whatever path you think is best is gonna be best. Still, next time you have plans, I want you to run by.
Maybe Ted should have some therapy.
No one wants you. What do you mean no one wants me? I'm Jamie fucking Tart. You're too much of a liability.
Yeah.
You are.
How do you feel about taking ecstasy every night for 3 straight weeks?
You gotta help me, man.
You threw your dream away like an idiot. You're gonna have to go back to Richmond. Because Ted never wanted you gone in the first place. They'd make an exception for you.
There you go.
Why is she so sort of standoffish with him?
No, it's just something in my life that I really enjoy. But then I pretend to prevent myself from having it and somehow making my life better. But in reality, all I'm doing is depriving myself of something that makes me happy. Instead of attempting to adjust my relationship to it. I know, curveball, right? But I can explain.
No, what you're doing here. This is obviously your way of connecting with new people.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Training today. See how everything's functioning.
But yeah, no, of course. Yeah,
I don't like this woman. Like, I'm glad that she's seemingly a miracle worker therapist, but you shouldn't be trying to make everybody second guess themselves.
Let you know what
You know, if you were too busy and you didn't have time to chat to Ted, you could just tell him.
I don't get it. Why pay someone to do what a friend should do for you for free?
Because a friend shouldn't be the one to have to try and sort through your trauma for you. Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of, you got anything you want to get off your chest?
And maybe a therapist should know the ways, give you coping mechanisms and things to work through it. Oh Lord. He wants
I'm not
help.
stalking you. Trying to build up the courage to say hi, so... Hi.
I mean, that was fairly honest from Jamie. It doesn't necessarily mean it's Keely's problem, but...
You played a hell of a game, but you lost. I want you to burn this moment into your
Jesus,
brain.
Roy.
Why'd you throw your phone?
I thought that you were an intruder and I didn't want you to steal it.
Of course.
I like watching couples have sex in the woods.
You do? Why?
Because I could never be that free. Come on, let me see.
Jesus.
I'm announcing.
Oh.
This is your kink. Me being pathetic.
You're not being pathetic.
Being brave.
You're being passionate and vulnerable. You'll be back around the game again. You miss it, Roy. I know you do.
You should become a coach of adults.
I didn't think this conversation could get any worse.
He wants to come back and play for Richmond.
Oh.
He's so low at it. Can't get hurt if you don't try.
Mhm.
If you don't try, then
Fine. I will try it once.
He's not
And
going to be
it's
suited to
sucked, and I
punditry.
hate it.
Oh.
Ted.
How you been?
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is brave.
Pretty good. Okay.
Mhm.
Bit depressed. Yeah. It's all shit, Ted.
This is actually really, like, I like this.
Wow. All people are so wise. They're like tall Yodas.
Cheers.
I do think it would be good for Jamie to be back. I don't think he ever, I mean, he only left because of part of Rebecca's vengeance scheme.
That'll boost my brand.
Tell him the truth.
Did it to piss off my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He was just on me after every match. How I played, how many minutes I played. I was sat on the bench when I didn't play.
Sometimes having a tough dad is exactly what drives certain fellas to become great at what they do. You know, I hear Bono's father was a real piece of work.
There is a difference between tough dads and toxic bad dads.
I don't think it's a good idea.
It is hard, especially in the middle of the season with everything that's been going on.
I'm with Ted. We've been overrun by incompetent outsiders.
Nate,
Did I? That's you too. Yeah.
if you want that job back, then go fucking demote yourself.
Oh, come on now. She's definitely getting closer.
A game of finish that Jimmy Buffett lyric, then I'll be changing your latitudes and attitudes.
She got closer.
Hey, Sam, I'm just trying to help the team here. Bullshits. Okay.
Ted's been nothing but open and honest with you guys.
I'm angry about a mysterious thing, so I'm gonna do some cussing now.
I mean, I am angry. And I did cuss, and every time I do, I regret it.
That's because people say cuss words when they don't know the...
I mean, just because Jamie can't score goals doesn't mean he deserves to be here.
He's not bringing Jamie back. He said no.
He didn't even talk to us about it.
Honestly, Sam, I didn't think there was anything to talk about. I told Jamie it wasn't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, now I feel awkward.
Man.
But that was good emotional honesty from you.
See me when I stormed off the pitch.
No, no one saw that. Yeah, man, everyone saw that. You are a leader on this team. I want you to speak your mind.
Thank you.
I love them. Jamie does have a lot of making up to do if he's going to make it back on this team.
TV. He's very happy that I am here. That I'm in safe hands with you.
Oh,
That means a lot.
that really does.
I appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Higgins.
Just get an office. Take up a conference room.
What if everyone thinks I'm shit?
Since when do you care what people think?
Your boy is fucking Kent.
But no swearing. He's either going to be amazing at this or terrible. Because he's got a real personality.
In 5 seconds. 4.
Has he had any kind of preparational training?
Chelsea legend joins us. Welcome, Roy.
Roy and Geralt would get on.
No, I thought they played like shit.
Our apologies to
Roy!
Roy Kent with some...
Chelsea was shit today. They were shocking. Watching them, you'd never know they were playing at home.
Oh, he can't censor himself.
They were terror, like children waiting in line for their handsy Father Christmas. Have some fucking pride in your shirt, or don't.
Well, this has been a short-lived punditry career. It's Roy though, he's being himself. He didn't change himself for anyone else.
It breaks our... It's okay with Nathan.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Nate!
Sam just reminded me that he himself has got a great dad. Not everyone has that. And isn't the idea of never give up one of them things we always talk about in sports, and shouldn't that apply to people too?
2 aces is very tempting. Could be exactly what we need.
See, Jamie would need to mend some bridges.
Just belittling everyone all the time. Will! Not beneath the lockers, on the bench, man. Come on. What was I saying?
What about you, Coach?
Someone talk to Nate.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Jamie would need to prove himself. Like, he would need to apologise to Sam and show a commitment to change.
Felt good to be back around again. You helped me to help myself.
Oh.
Again.
You know, they've got a very happy relationship, and that's what matters.
There's a wonderful atmosphere here. All the employees are thoughtful and kind.
Other than
And
Nate.
actually listen. Does everyone agree that being winless with 8 straight draws ain't
Hmm.
right? I hope we get a chance to sit down and talk about it all someday.
Me too. I mean, she's not exactly been the most approachable person. Like, I wouldn't necessarily feel that comfortable talking to her.
It's okay.
Alright, this is better.
My favourite book.
Okay, this is better. Thank you. You're putting me at ease a bit, because I was being like, why is she being like so refusing to like speak? But that's better. You hardly ever get snow.
The gift basket of bottled water.
Yes, well, Ted said you didn't eat sugar.
There's so many other things that have sugar in them, though.
I really am glad that you're...
Oh god. Is Jamie here? Has Ted talked to the team? Because he literally told Sam he wasn't coming. And now he's here. Have they talked since? Because it's not right to spring it on them. But to talk to them, that is the right way to go about it. Okay, I really, really do enjoy this show. Jamie is such an interesting character that I'm actually really hoping we're going to properly get to explore. Because I felt like last season we got part of the way through exploring his character, and then it was like, boom, he's gone, and he was just kind of like floating around being antagonistic. Whereas, you know, I really appreciated that when he spoke to both Keely and Ted, he didn't bluster. He didn't sort of try and do the usual like, oh, everything's great and I'm wonderful, but I might slum it at your club if you'll have me. He was like, you know, oh yeah, I'm a bit depressed and, you know, things are really hard for my dad, that's why I did that thing, and, you know, I'm really regretting it. Can I, you know, that shows me that there's hope for him. Because if he was still being the arrogant sod, you'd be like, I don't care how sad your past is, move along. That is where I think that there is a sign that he's changed, and he's going to need to prove it to the rest of the club. My one issue is that I'm hoping Ted spoke about it with the team before Jamie arrived. I don't care if it was even just this morning, because you can't assure someone like Sam that you're not going to bring Jamie back and then just bring Jamie back. But I'm guessing he would have told them, because otherwise that would have been a bit much. And, you know, as a character, Jamie is like a lot of people who he acts the big ego because he does have some talent, but also he needs to try and prove something to somebody. And I think this environment, the club is so settled now. It has such a good environment where people other than Nate treat each other with respect and really want the best for each other, that I'm hopeful Jamie wouldn't be able, even if he were to come back and be like he was at the beginning of season 1, hopefully he wouldn't be able to overturn the ship too much. Like, he might cause some ripples, but I hope everyone else would be like, okay, yeah, fuck off. You threw your career away. Thanks, we're good. And I don't want Sam to think he's being pushed to the sidelines, because he isn't. But he might be. I don't know. It's hard. Sport is hard. We will see where this goes. I can't make too many pronouncements on what I think of how the Jamie's return is going to go until I see how everything, until I get confirmation that Ted told the team he was coming, until I get confirmation with how it's all going to settle. I do think having a therapist here, if Jamie actually goes to see her at any point and does the work, could be so beneficial to him, because he is in death. If anyone in the show needs a therapist, it is him, desperately. So I'm hopeful we're actually going to start to get through to Jamie and see some more signs of it, because when Jamie left the club, when they were doing the whole exercise in the ghost, Jamie was quite emotionally vulnerable, and I remember thinking like, this is it, like we're finally gonna start to crack Jamie. Like Jamie and Ted had finally crossed those crossed the barriers between them, and then Rebecca, trying to ruin everything, was like, oh, he's gone now. So hopefully we're going to continue where that left off. The therapist is growing on me. I didn't like the fact that she fixed Sam in one session, and that like all the other people were like, oh, I had one session with her and now everything's wonderful. I mean, to an extent, having somebody who is like knowledgeable about the area, like a therapist, hear you talk about your concerns, about what you're going through, having them then say to you, yeah, you have depression, or yeah, I get that what you're struggling with is real, is amazing, and that does feel great, because I know when anything that's ever wrong with me, from my chronic illness to my anxiety and depression, I convince myself I'm faking it, it's not really happening, even though of course I'm not. So whenever, I know when I was talking to my doctor, like wanting to go on antidepressants or whatever. And when she was like, and I was like, you know, she was like, no, that's, and I was saying, I know it's nothing, you know, I know people have it worse, and she was like, no, you have depression, don't belittle that. You know, I think it is important. So and that could be the kind of quick effect that she could have had in just believing them and them having someone to talk to. But in general, I didn't like the idea that she could heal, not Sam, oh, I can't remember his name, Footballer's Life, that instantly. But on the other side of it, I didn't like her weird standoffish way to Ted. And when Ted, I do sometimes think Ted is a bit much, and I can totally understand that. Like, if you're someone who's feeling anxious on a first day of work and then Ted comes barreling in towards you, you could be a bit like, oh my gosh. But I did think kind of some of the way she was like responding to him was a bit like, what are you, like, why? Surely you should want to make everyone at this club feel at ease with your presence. You know, you're not coming in because, oh, you know, secretly this manager, he's a tyrant. We need someone in to try and help the players survive him. Then I could see being standoffish with the manager, but that is not the case. So I'm glad in this episode she took one of the bites and that she's starting to see Ted all the way through and, like, telling him my favourite book. You know, she doesn't need to change who she is to fit in here, but I'm glad that she is trying to be part of the team and not quite so isolationist. I'm intrigued about where this is all going to go, and I do think for Ted some therapy could help, because while he is someone that looks out for everybody else and is inspirational and really does try and do the right thing all the time, he needs someone to be looking out for him as well. Then Roy, I did love his punditry. I do want, like, would Sky Sports have had him back? I suppose because it probably got them quite good ratings and there was a lot of buzz online about it. They probably would want him back because of that. But Roy, surely, did he get any training? I mean, I don't get really training to speak about football. I know whenever my mum and I have had that, oh, I can't think what it's called, is it like Football Sunday or whatever, Football Saturday, on, because we used to have it on sometimes. I know my aunt and uncle, when they'd visit us, they really liked having it on, keep track of all the scores of games, and so we'd have it on. And saying about, like, imagine being paid that much money to sit around and talk about something you love as much as football. It would be like me getting to do this, getting to react, but for millions. Like, sign me up. How lucky they are to get to do that. And I think Roy did appreciate that. Again, I think it's a way of you keep the kind of culture of having a team around you and people you can be with, and getting to talk about football. And I think Roy's points were fine. They made sense. You know, you have the person who's like the brutal about the, like, brutally honest, but he is going to have to clean up his language. I mean, if he couldn't do it around children, I doubt he's got to have to do it, because there would come a time when he would just be saying too much that goes too far against broadcasting standards and they'd have to kick him off. But I'm glad to see that he did something vulnerable and brave, and he loved it, or at least he really enjoyed being back in the game. I do feel like Roy, because he takes so much pleasure in coaching the children, I do think he really would enjoy coaching adults, so I would love to see that if he could go into coaching as well. I feel like when athletes leave sport, especially football players, they either go into punditry, they go into coaching, or they just do something else with their time. And Roy did not do well with doing something else with his time, so he needs to go either way. So I was really, really pleased with that. This was a really good episode. I'm so intrigued to see what's going to happen next with both Roy's career and with what Jamie's up to. And yes, thank you so much, Kevin, for sponsoring this show, and thank you for watching.